It's no introduction to LCC Media. She's Jacqueline Biollo. She's a lot of things to a lot of people, but at LCC Media, she's our number one columnist, and we love her so much. She's Jacqueline Biollo. Welcome to Be Conversations.
Well, hello. Oh, let me just
Hello, you look amazing. Everything is matching. You don't mess around.
Oh, well, thank you. It was definitely a last minute pull together. I'm actually enjoying the long weekend at my mom and dad's.
All
And,
right.
it's beautiful weather outside, but I would never pass up an opportunity to spend some time with you. And thank you for the warm welcome. I absolutely have
Oh.
loved being a part of your family and, as you know, the LCC media. So thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You do a lot for us. And was a lastminute.com thing because when I read your piece last week about Tommy Talk, I thought, God, this is exactly what I need. And and I found it compelling because my cultural background is you know, Tommy Talks and things like that belong to not necessarily people going to hell, but people who are lazy can exercise. So I like the confidence with which you addressed it. I like the freedom with which I thought, God, this is what I need. Some of that freedom to be myself, regardless of cultural or mental. Maybe it's even more mental than cultural, you know. And I thought, let's talk about that. Maybe there may be one or two women out there who need that little push, who need to see things just a little bit differently, right? Maybe then this conversation would be helpful to them after all. So, without much ado, let's start by getting you to introduce yourself to us. For those who do not know you, who is Jacqueline Biollo?
Sure. Well, thank you. Yes. And I'm very blessed to wear a couple of hats, whether it's as a government relations consultant. I do have my own business, and oftentimes I'm advocating for a positive message, building relationships with all orders of government. And those are the key people that are making legislation that impact where we live, breathe, work, play, and invest. But as well, also, bring into legislation some of the laws that govern us. So that's sort of one of the hats that I wear. Additionally, I have a passion for arts and culture. I am the founder of an inner city arts program. And then that's somewhat how I came to be here and associated. I write a weekly column that I'm, again, very blessed that I can sort of talk about anything and everything using the lens of women empowerment, maybe family, diversity for sure. And I know that some of the hot topics that whether we'll discuss now or that you'll see in my column in the future are great of importance. And I welcome, your viewers or the readers to really weigh in and voice their opinions too.
So the piece was titled, thank you for that, Jacqueline. The piece was titled Vulnerably Exposed. And I get it, and I love the title. And so, should all women, especially we obese women, with the massive pandemic tummy, I've had my tummy since I had my daughter, actually. So it's been layer upon layer plus the pandemic. So I blame, of course, my 12-year-old daughter, and then I blame the pandemic as well. Is this a realistic option for all of us carrying excess body fat?
Yeah, well, one of the things that I also want to say is that I am a body positive advocate. I am on the mature side of age, and I've been very blessed to be able to be in a platform that allows me to wear clothes that I think should make anyone feel good, whether you're wearing, I think I have also written an article about whether it's a paper bag that you're wearing or some high designer fashion. Really, it's about looking inside of yourself first, loving yourself first, and doing those things that make you feel empowered. So pivoting very quickly into the topic specifically about, plastic surgery or aesthetic surgery, I think it is a personal choice, and you definitely should be doing it for yourself. I mean, obviously, we want to champion a health and wellness platform where you're eating right, maybe you're exercising and moving your body. But at the end of the day, if something like a tummy tuck, or maybe it's, breast enhancement augmentation, if that makes you feel good and perhaps provides you with a platform to be even greater than you are in your head and in your heart, then it's a personal choice. But I think it's most important to do that research as well, to understand the short and long-term impact, both financially and from a health perspective, that any sort of modification of your body is going to have.
Okay. Hey, thanks for that. And we're blessed to have you as well. I like when you can write just about anything and we can go to where people are not going to. So we're really blessed to have you, and the kind of confidence you give our platform, the kind of topics you write about is healing. And I say this because I know it's been 17 years since you had your tummy tuck. When you look back now, was it they did well? Is it still tucked in?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still tucked. But I too, I mean, COVID was difficult for all of us, whether it was more from a mental health perspective. People definitely felt isolated or had limited resources to connect with one another. I mean, good on those people that found some positive outlets, whether they learned something new, they challenged themselves to think outside the box, they took care of their health and wellness, etc. But for me, I too, I gained those COVID-19 pounds. And because we were in the pandemic for 2 years, that really means that those of you like me, maybe we gained those COVID-19 pounds times 2. But the tummy tuck was a personal choice, and it was life-changing, one that I do not regret. But healing was difficult, as I articulated in the article. I mean, I had 240 stitches from hip to hip. I had a new belly button created just because of all of the skin that they pulled down, basically from the top of my sternum down. I have mesh inside my body just to prevent infection. And, you lost the sense sort of in your belly for quite a long time. But fast forward those many, many years since surgery, I wouldn't change a thing. And I think that if people have truly evaluated the pros and cons, and it's a right decision for you, that I hope that you have a positive, I guess, end result that I did as well.
Mm, mm. Thank you. I hear what you're saying there. I want to talk about the mental impact on women sometimes. And what I often hear is I'm filling up my lips or doing a butt lift because it's the way my boo likes it. So, at what point should a woman be maybe looking to do this just cosmetic alterations? Should we be doing it for ourselves or for the men in our lives who perhaps want our breasts to? I don't even think my breast is sitting properly. You want it, you want it pushed up just. But where do we draw the line? Do we do it just so we're the baddest woman in the room, or we're doing it to keep the men in our lives just stuck on either the lips or the butt or the boobs?
Well, again, it's a personal choice, but all I can say is I'm not necessarily in favor of you doing anything to your body for the benefit of somebody else. So whether that is, I mean, I know the other hard topic that I also have talked about is abortion or pro-life, pro-choice. And again, very much my philosophy, my stance in life is about empathy for others. So understanding the journey that they're traveling, but also that you yourself need to start with loving yourself, appreciating the gifts that you've been given, enhancing them to the best of your abilities. And I think that the people in your circle should and can love you for who you are. They might encourage you to take better care of yourself. But do I think at the end of the day that you should be getting enhancements personally to gain a man, keep a man, bring significant others into your life, have a circle of friends that are different than the ones that you currently have? It's probably not, my philosophy.
So why then is, for example, in your article, you wrote bots lifts are booming. This was from a New York Times magazine. So why then is this construct? And I know it's always been, ever since I was a child, I've known that you could do things to your nose, to your body, to your chin. Why then is it booming? If where do you see this pressure coming on to women to alter or modify their body parts?
Yeah, well, I think that is the key, is the unfortunate reality that there's pressure, whether it's competition between individuals, whether it is, self-promotion. We have turned into more of a social media environment where people have Instagram, where they compare themselves to others. And I think that what's lacking in all of that is the education of what a healthy person might be, from their head to their heart, even their eating regime, their physical fitness regime. So the pressure comes from unfortunately media, social media, others, competition, and it's duly our responsibility to put an end to that. Again, I hope that my joie de vivre continues to be empowering others to look at themselves and realize that their gifts expand beyond, what they physically look at. It's their brain, it's their positive attitude, it's their, opportunity to be take an adventure every once in a while. And I would hope that through more platforms, even like the magazine that we both contribute to, and through LCC Media, that women will become more aware that they can lift each other up without cosmetic enhancements.
Why do we find it hard to really see ourselves? Where I'm from, I'm too dark, but I'm kind of okay with that. But beauty is traditionally your complexion. To get the best men, they like the lighter you are, the that probably explains why I'm probably still single, because my complexion was wrong from birth. So there's
Oh,
always pressure.
tea.
No, there's always pressure. My point is, there's always pressure to do something, to fix up. To even in Thailand and India, it's a thriving industry. Well, women, they bleach their skin. So this is all part of the enhancement, and it begs the question: why do we really find? Why are we not seeing ourselves as the queen star we are?
What a difficult question. And it's disheartening on many levels that we just can't get back to the root of loving ourselves. Why do we need a significant other to lift us up? Why do we need to compare ourselves or compete against somebody else? Why do not we appreciate? Because I too, I'm blessed to come from a mixed race background. But I look at other people and go, oh, they have beautiful cheekbone, or their eyes just glow, or their hair is more silky, or they have a better hourglass. And yet, I'm trying to lift everybody else up, but I have my deep, dark moments as well, when I don't think that I'm as beautiful or capable. So it isn't always just about beauty. It really isn't. It's about the whole package. And the more that we can continue to remind people that it is a full package, and it starts with loving yourself, then we really would be in a better place. So to you in particular, do you know how many people would love to have a beautiful chocolate colored skin tone like you do. And I do hear you though, right? I do hear you, but women in particular as well can be very unsupportive of each other in the workplace as they compete for significant others, whether it's job, employment, advancement, education, material things. So a lot of my raison d'etre is really just to remind women in particular to give a hand up, fix that crown without letting other people know that you're fixing someone else's crown, and walk along in a journey with somebody else so that they can enjoy the view.
I used to go to a church. I agree. That was beautifully said also, Jacqueline. You have the right words. I used to go to a church where the ladies in the church were not dressing for the men. They were just dressing to murder the next woman. As in their stiletto heels would be that high, their bonnet caps would be like the new ones in town. And if they could not find a brand new outfit to come, some of them would skip church that week. And this is what we do to ourselves in church, in social gatherings, and even in the workplace. So why are we women, why do we compete so fiercely? Like, I dare say there'll be women who alter their bodies just to be the most beautiful woman in the room, to show they've got it and you don't, you know.
I think that one of the things that I haven't spoken about recently is that, on the exterior, that may be what they're trying to champion. They want you to see something different than maybe what they feel inside. So we always know that, what you perceive on the exterior isn't always what's going on in the interior. So not that I want to say that we should feel sorry for those people that are always competing or trying to one up or better somebody else, but perhaps at the root of it is there could be other issues going on that you really don't know about, which is why I continue to talk about we just need empathy, and we need to be more kind to individuals and try and build them up to the best of their ability. But at the end of the day, it's really just going to be you for yourself. You can only control what you can control. And you really have to start with loving yourself and knowing what your worth and values are. And that will really be put out into the universe.
I read somewhere a while ago, and I must ask you this, if you don't have to answer, and I mean no disrespect, to be honest. I read somewhere a long time ago that once you've gotten a breast enhancement or something, or the sex gets better after you've done some sort of, is it true? Do I need to get rid of my tummy?
Oh my
Sex?
goodness.
I don't know.
Woo, I didn't know it was going to be that kind of conversation. But again, should we care? Should we care? I have heard the same thing. I'm not sure that a tummy tuck would do it, other than, from the perspective of you feel like your belly is more taut. But again, me personally, I'm a full figured woman. So yes, I have a flat stomach, but it doesn't mean that I don't have love handles or I don't have a little extra something in the trunk. My arms are flabby, and I certainly can work on myself. I would love a breast augmentation as well. But at the end of the day, even just proper fitting clothes is important. And maybe if you invest in that, you might realize the same sort of benefit by just making sure that your clothes fit, or, to have that taut belly, or not the bingo wings as they're called here in Canada. I'm not sure, T, if you're familiar with the bingo wings terminology, but, maybe you just need to go to the gym a little bit more and take care of you. But if that isn't for you, and you are blessed with, again, having cosmetic surgery, then it shouldn't be to enhance your sex drive or to get and keep a significant other. It should be for you.
Yes, you're speaking very well tonight. What are you writing about for us tomorrow? What can we expect to read?
Yeah, thank you. So I think that I am going to be writing about aging in place. I have talked a little bit about my mom. She's in her 80s, very, very blessed to still live in her own home. But I do have friends in my circle that have aging parents, and they certainly have started to whether interview home care facilities, assisted living facilities, and to consider not only the cost, but about that value and the protocols that are in place, regulations. And again, I talk about from my role as a government relations consultant. Is there an opportunity that if we have enough voices that are dissatisfied with, and not them, I don't mean those LPNs and the people that really care about giving the day-to-day assistance to our seniors, but those unfortunate situations that we have heard about in the media where our elderly parents are left and their bedding is soiled, or the water that they're being bathed in is scalding, etc. So I'm going to try and flesh that out from a heart perspective, obviously, as I consider what I might do when my parents need a little bit more help, either staying in their own home or moving onward.
Hmm. I like to tell our audience if they'd like to find more about breast augmentation, liposuctions, facelifts, butt lifts, you need to go onto our website. It's just a little plug-in, ladiescorner.ca, to and look for Jacqueline Biollo's column last week. You want to learn all you can about breast augmentation, for example. And I think that's a good way, a good place to start. And it will keep people at least asking the right questions and veering them in the right in the right direction. I want to say thank you so much for your time. I think we will definitely do this again. You have surprised me with your answers. I like that you're a body image expert. I like that you are, to be honest, I'm not quite sure what sort of answers I was expecting, but I thank you for your moderation. And I thank you for being all about us women, blessing each other, empowering one another. And that's good stuff. And just so you know, I'm kind of happy. I'm 42 years old. I'm happy with my complexion now. I'm never ever gonna be as light as you, Jacqueline. And it's okay. I'm all right with that. Yeah, where can people find out more about you? Can you yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we do that, I think that it's really important to articulate that, although we talk a lot about women, and I certainly do want to be a voice for women, in particular with the cosmetic surgery, that we did talk about men. So men are out there doing that too. And what it just reinforces for me is that we all have vulnerabilities. So, I think that might be an angle that I continue to explore, even when I say, women might be championing this, or most women think about this. There is a reality that there's 50% of the population that we aren't talking about, and that sometimes we can bring them into the conversation. But if you'd like to know more about me, if you'd like to connect, LinkedIn is probably the easiest. Certainly now, thanks to LCC Media, I am on the page and talking on Ladies Corner on a weekly basis. And T to you, it has just been an absolute joy. I very much look forward to our friendship blossoming in the future. And thank you to everybody for spending a few minutes with us this evening.
And thank you so very much, Jacqueline, for your very kind words. And I just wanted to say before you go that we're not anti-men at Ladies Corner. As a matter of fact, we're thinking of changing our name to something a bit more inclusive, because I find we don't do enough work on BIPOC men, and there's too many things that we can be inclusive. And I think when you also want to talk women, you begin to alienate people. And that's not what this is. So we're not anti-men, and we'll definitely consider their vulnerabilities down the line at some point. So Jacqueline, I thank you so much for spending a huge part of your Saturday with us. We love you so much, and I cannot wait to read about you know growing old and all the intelligent decisions we need we all need to make as our parents age and all that. You gotta go. We love you, and we'll see you next. We gotta do this again. Thank you so very much, Jacqueline.
Thank you, everybody, and stay safe.
Have a beautiful long weekend.
You as well.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. So that was Jacqueline Biollo. She's many things to many people, but to us, she's our columnist at Ladies Corner. .ca. We've come to the end of the show. We started at 6:30, and we've had an incredible lineup. I'm ditching now because I'm probably very tired. And we've had an incredible lineup. And yeah, so we hope you join us next time, June 18th. We can do this all over again. And we're working on the lineup for June 18th. And yeah, thank you so very much for your company. See you next time. We're going to leave you with Too Nice in Yama. We hope you enjoy the music. We'll see you June 18th. Enjoy your long weekend and take care of you all.
Speakers zinapamba ndani, patachimbika na iburudani. Mtafute manzi size yako, muoneshe kwamba uko peke yako. Umetoka Sinza Kigogo, tuko na mashombe wa kari yako. Una mizigo tepe, tepe tepe, omba usiguse unase, nase nase. Mama kuchutama, chonde chonde.